Hello everyone, Coming Clean here. Welcome to another episode of Games on PS Now, the series where I share my thoughts about games on the PlayStation Now service, coupled along with some gameplay footage. Today we are taking a look at Darksiders Genesis. My intention with this series was to focus on smaller games that haven't been covered much or were released some time back, but a friend and I were already halfway through this title when it was announced on PS Now, so I figured I might as well make a video about it. Also, this game is just so much fun. As the name implies, Darksiders Genesis takes place before the other games in the series. The lack of a number in the title also suggests that this is a spin-off title rather than a full-blown sequel, and it does deviate from the other games in some ways. Darksiders 1, 2 and 3 all play like third-person action games with some slight variations in gameplay mechanics, but Genesis, however, is a top-down action RPG. You play as either War or Strife, two of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. That begs the question,
where are death and fury?
Great question, War. Not in this game, unfortunately. The horsemen are Nephilim, neither demon nor angel, and they have been granted immense power by the Charred Council, the guardians of the balance between heaven and hell, in exchange for eternal servitude. The council sets you off after the demon Lucifer, who threatens said balance, and your demon-slaying endeavor goes from there. The story is driven by voice dialogue sections and comic book style cutscenes. New characters are introduced and more demonic schemes are revealed the further you get into the story. War sounds as melancholic as you remember him, but Strife's smirky attitude and goofy jokes is in stark contrast with the game's dystopian setting.
It's beautiful, capable of peering through dimensions to find what does not wish to be found.
You need some alone time with that orb, Fulgrim?
At least it adds some comic relief, and I think the two brothers complement each other well, both as characters and gameplay-wise.
Okay, fine. Let's go. But I'm taking the souvenir.
Speaking of gameplay, let's talk a bit about it. In single-player mode, you can freely change between Strife and War, and in local or online co-op, you control one character each with the option of switching at any time. War is more melee focused and not as agile as Strife, and if you played Darksiders 1 you'll recognize much of his moveset. Strife plays more of a zoning game, and most of his damage comes from his double handguns. His melee moves and special abilities are mostly based around traps and ways to get farther away from your opponents. War excels in powerful close-up combos with his sword and AoE magic attacks, and Strife controls the battlefield with various range attacks and quick slices with his twin blades. As you progress in the game, you unlock enhancements for War's blade and new types of ammunition for Strife. It's a fun and addictive combat system, and the two protagonists represent two distinct different playstyles. Switching between them in single-player mode adds a strategic element, and it definitely helps to keep things fresh. However, I've spent most of my time with the game in online co-op mode as Strife and never felt bored. It might seem like a small detail, but the incredibly satisfying executions performed by both characters deserves a mention.
That's right. Finished.
It's definitely the cherry on top of the combat system. Most of what you do on each level will mostly revolve around demon slaying and other closely related activities, but some light puzzle solving is needed every now and then. You are encouraged to explore the levels thoroughly to find hidden chests and currencies used for upgrades. On some levels, it's not possible to find every secret on the first playthrough, since that requires skills obtained later in the game. That means a bit of backtracking is involved to unlock everything, but you can always raise the difficulty. During the course of the game, you unlock new abilities and equipment for both characters. This can be new ways to traverse the levels or new equipment for one of each characters that can be used for puzzle solving and in combat. Everything becomes available at a nice pace, and you always feel like you have something new to try out during the game's many engagements. From the hub world, you can access any unlocked level and also buy new items and skills from the demons Fulgrim and Dis. The upgrade system in this game consists of a grid where you place so-called creature cores that mainly drops from enemies. The different creature cores enhance many of your abilities, and if you place a core on a point with the corresponding element, you get a matching bonus. It's a simple yet fairly unique system that adds some light RPG elements as well as customization options. Darksiders Genesis is in my opinion a great title. It's great fun in both single player and co-op, and it has that distinct look and feel established in the Darksiders series years ago. If you're a PS Now subscriber, don't hesitate to download this one. Also, when you're done, you can get straight into the other 3 Darksiders titles since they are also available on PS Now.
Face judgment! Into the dark.
Thank you very much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what you think of the game. Also, consider subscribing for more PS Now game overviews as well as other gaming related content. My name is Coming Clean, and I will see you next time. Take care!